the same no matter which starter takes the mound. The hardest throwing staff in baseball leads the league in ERA and strikeouts, allowing less than 2 runs per game. Jordan Zimmermann's turn tonight to get it done on MASN HD.
We hope you are warm and cozy wherever you are on this Wednesday evening. It's damp, it's a little chilly, and Screech is dressed for the weather. It looks like he's about to pursue the deadliest catch. That's what the Nats are right now to their opponents. And how about the start this ball club's off to? 9-3, best in the franchise in 31 years, 7 of their last 8. Best ERA in baseball, 30 runs given up. Texas 27, but the Rangers have played 1 game fewer. So pitching continues to be an amazing story around here, as well as winning. So how about all these guys and the way they're throwing the ball right now?
Yeah, and it's up to Jordan Zimmermann to keep it going. When you talk about what the staff has done, Edwin Jackson the other day saying you don't want to be the weakest link in this staff. And for Jordan, so far so good. He's coming off a great performance, 7 innings of 3-hit ball, pounding the strike. So the slider's been good so far this year. The fastball command has been good, and he's just doing his thing. But the Nats have to score some runs for this guy. Only 1 run has been scored for him so far this season. But I think if you're Jordan Zimmermann, you don't really want to focus on that tonight. I mean, the Nats have won the first 3 series they've played this year, and tonight they have a chance to win another series. So focus on winning the series. The rest will take care of itself.
Jason Worth is doing his part with a 9-game hitting streak, 16 for 37 over that time, and that's a cool 432. Overall, how about Worth's start? 362, 10th in the league on base percentage, 444, top 7 there. The big guy in right field getting it done.
Baseball on MASN, brought to you by Jeep. Visit Jeep.com and learn more. It is cool at the ballpark tonight. Rain has stayed away. The field's in great shape. They had it covered. No outdoor batting practice today, but the Nats and the Astros about to get it on for Game 3 of this 4-game series. Visit Train.com for an independent Train comfort specialist dealer near you. It's hard to stop a train. He looks like he ought to be selling fish sticks somewhere. Screech dressed for the weather tonight on a 54-degree evening, very muggy with the rain in the area. Here's the Astro lineup. They're 7th in the league in hitting, 9th in runs. Chris Johnson 1 for 2 career against Jordan Zimmerman. He's in the top 10 in the National League in hits. 15 for 47. They've got Jordan Schaefer back in there tonight. And hard swinging Jose Altuve is not in there tonight. Jordan Zimmerman, 2 career starts against the Astros, both of them at Minute Maid Park, so he finally gets them right here.
And last time out, didn't get the decision in the Friday the 13th 13-inning thriller. The Nats ended up winning that one 2-1. He pitched 7 innings of 3-hit ball. He allowed just 1 run, struck out 3, walked 2 through 100 pitches, 71 first strikes. So the Astros will be seeing fastball, slider, curveball change tonight from Jordan Zimmerman. Let's set the defense real quick for the Nats tonight. Bernardina and Keelan-Worth in the outfield. Desmond and Zimmerman on the left side. Espinoza and LaRoche on the right side. Wilson Ramos back doing the catching. Roger Bernardina, his first start of the year in left field tonight. Davey Johnson saying he didn't want him to sit on the bench too long, wanted to keep him fresh, so he gets the nod in left.
Yeah, the Nationals a pretty right-handed hitting team, so he loads up some lefties tonight against the right-hander. We'll see later Lucas Harrell. First pitch of the game, and Zimmerman misses outside. We're underway at 7:06. Jordan Schaefer 2 for 6 in the series, a bunt base hit. Late in the ball game last night when he pinch hit in the 8th. Nats bullpen did a good job of stranding Houston runners to put an end to that game. 2 balls, 1 strike. That one's good. Tim Cheetah, crew chief, 27th year, has the plate. Chris Conroy, Jeff Nelson, Bill Welke on the bases. Zimmerman working quickly, and that was a very tardy swing. How about the Nats ERA? 1.91 as a team, the best in baseball. Steve McCatty's staff only giving up 30 runs in 12 games so far. 2-2 pitch, target away. He bangs the corner, and that's how the ball game gets underway. That's Zimmerman's 8th strikeout of the year.
And that's a bigger strikeout than you would think early in this game, because Jordan Zimmerman has the ability to paint corners, and if he's going to get a couple of inches on the outer half, he'll expand that or pound it all night long. That was a borderline strike that went his way. Looks like Cheetah's looking for strikes early in this ball game.
Yeah, you're reading my mind. I'm thinking if that's a strike now, bodes well for the rest of the evening. Fastball is up to Jed Lowry. Lowry on base 4 times in the series, couple of walks. He's 2 for 7. Switch hitter is hitting 5-4-15 from the left side. Not a whole lot of fun facing a guy like this on a night like this. The young man from Wisconsin in the shirt sleeves. You got to love that.
Well, this is middle of summer for him.
Yeah, nice spring evening for Jordan from Auburndale, Wisconsin. That ball driven out of play, left side. 2-2. Couple of games this afternoon. One of them involving the East. The Braves just went crazy on the Mets and pounded R.A. Dickey, winning 14-6. Dan Uggla hit his first. Freddie Freeman's first. Mike Davis hit his 3rd for the Mets, but they were hammered today. That ball's well hit, and Espinoza just couldn't get to it.
That's a fastball in the inner half. Good piece of hitting right there by Jed Lowry, just pulling the hands in. Got enough of it to get over the leaping Danny Espinoza. Almost got there. And I think with Jordan sometimes, you know, he throws so many strikes. Bob, you and I were talking about this before we came on the air. As a hitter, when you're facing a guy that pounds the strike zone, sometimes that takes a lot of the mystery out of the at-bat. He's got great stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong. But as a hitter, when you see a strike thrower like Jordan, I'm going up there hacking. I mean, there's no mystery. You know he's going to be around the plate. You pick one side of the plate or the other. Say, I'm going to pick the outer third tonight, hit the ball the other way, or I'm going to look in and pull the baseball. But you know, even though he throws 95, 96, got a nasty slider, as a hitter, when you face a guy like Jordan, you're all systems go. You want to swing.
Travis Buck is the hitter. That's a breaking ball low and in. So Schaefer a couple of hits. Lowry now 3 hits, and Travis Buck in this series is 2 for 8. He's batting an even .300 for his first 20 at bats. Other game today, the Pirates at Arizona, 2-1 winners. Mark Burley going for the Marlins at home tonight against the Cubs. They're about to get underway. And then later, the Phillies at San Fran again. 2-1 pitch, runner goes. Hit and runs on. Zimmerman over to grab it. The fielder has it. The runner has no idea where the ball is. And that's a double play. And give credit to Desmond and Espinosa for deking Jed Lowry. He had no idea where the ball was. Hits, hitting .253, 5th in the league. Not always translating that into runs. 8th in the National League in scoring. Adam LaRoche in this series, 2 for 7 and hitting .333. See your authorized Dodge dealer. Experience a world of performance, design, and fuel efficiency. Schedule a test drive or go to Dodge.com and check out their powerful lineup. So the Nats, with hopefully better offensive days ahead, facing Lucas Harrell for just the second time in the matchup between these two ball clubs.
Yeah, last time out against the Marlins, he took the no decision in a 5-4 Astros loss, allowed 4 runs on 7 hits in just 4 innings of work.
Desmond takes one low and away. Ian in this series cooling off just a bit. 1 for 9, couple of runs though. 18 hits, stats still second in the league to Matt Kemp's 20, and that's on the corner. Desmond, Zimmerman, Ankiel, and Ramos, the only hitters in the lineup who've ever faced Lucas Harrell.
And they'll all see a 2-seam fastball, a 4-seam fastball, slider, curveball, change. A tight little slider he'll throw into lefties with 2 strikes. He's got a small little 12-6 curveball he'll feature too. It's a guy that's got to hit his spots and throw every pitch in any count. Keep the ball down.
26-year-old right-hander from Ozark, Missouri. Small town down around Springfield, Missouri, near Branson, the famous resort area. And that's outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes as Desmond went with it. Ian still off to a very impressive start, hitting .321. 0 for 1 career against Harrell. The Nats have only seen him for an inning and a third in a relief appearance previously. Desmond gets jammed. 2-hopper. Jed Lowry, the shortstop. Next up, Espinosa and Zimmerman.
That's set the defense for the Houston Astros tonight behind Lucas Harrell. Buck, Schaefer, and Bogusevic in the outfield. Lowry and Johnson on the left side. Gonzalez and Lee on the right side. Jason Castro doing the catching.
So here's Danny Espinosa, who's never faced Harrell. Harrell, by the way, early in his career, 7 games, 1 start on the road, and a .560 ERA. He has pitched much better in the Cozy ballpark down in Houston, with an earned run average of 3.82. Danny 1 for 3 in the series. Had a great first AB last night. Nature of that ball game, Ian Desmond was the only National who got 4 at-bats last night. Of course, the Nats only got to hit for 8 innings, but it was just that kind of a ball game. 1-0 in 2 hours and 12 minutes. Espinosa trying to look left field way. 2-1. Mentioned the Phillies at San Fran tonight. How about Cliff Lee and Matt Cain dueling tonight?
Another marquee matchup in that series.
Phillies are 5-6. And Danny works the count to 3-1. And Ryan Zimmerman, who's right behind him, tied for 5th in the league, each with 8 walks so far. In the air to left field, pretty well hit. Travis Buck is back and halfway onto the track. Makes that catch about 355 feet away.
And that's kind of how it's gone for Danny Espinosa early in the season. Another good at-bat, another good approach, gets himself into a 3-1 count. And it's a cold night here at the ballpark, and I think it's safe to say that any other home game so far this season, that ball's in the seats.
Yes, sir. His 1 homer this year, of course, opposite field, that laser beam you talked about in Chicago on several occasions.
And that one might have been hit just as good as the one he hit in Chicago.
I think Danny's reaction to the guys in the dugout indicates he is very surprised it stayed in the park. He thought he got it. Ryan Zimmerman, 8 plate appearances in the series, on base 4 times. 3 hits, a walk, 2 RBIs. Harrell's career record 2-2, 19 games, 7 starts. And Ryan has a count of 2-1 now. Well, the Nats have, counting Espinosa as the switch hitter, 4 left-handed bats in the lineup tonight. That's low, 3-1.
That's a good take. You're heading the count 2-1. All systems go. A little sinker right there. Bottom of the strike zone. Just missed. You swing at that, it's a ground ball every time. You keep falling behind big league hitters, you're going to get in trouble sooner or later.
Zimmerman hammers it, fair ball. It'll hit the short corner. He's going to go for 2 anyway, and the throw by Bogusevic is late, and Ryan Zimmerman absolutely scorching the ball.
That term I've used a lot this year, hustle double.
Yeah.
Ian Desmond with one the other night. Jason Worth did a nice job on a pop-up last night getting to second base. And watch Ryan Zimmerman right here. That's just a perfect swing, going with a 3-1 fastball down the line. And right here you're thinking Bogusevic's got a shot, but he double clutches. And that allows Zimmerman to sneak into second base. Good gamble with 2 outs trying to get into scoring position. Another hustle double for the Nationals.
His 4th of the year. And now LaRoche has a runner in scoring position. And that's a take in the dirt, blocked by Jason Castro. LaRoche 1 for 3 with the only RBI last night on that fly ball that fell in left field. So he checks in with 13 runs batted in. That's still the 3rd highest total in the National League.
And do you see how this whole thing's starting to shape up? Obviously, the Nats aren't scoring as many runs as they would like early in the season, but when you have LaRoche behind Zimmerman, he's protecting him, and then you have Jason Worth behind LaRoche, you're in a 2-0 count all of a sudden because you're thinking about a guy on deck with a 9-game hitting streak that's in the top hitters in the league. So this is how it works. Everybody protecting each other, and you get yourself into good hitting counts because now you know they're aggressive, number one, they're ready to hit, but you also feel the guy on deck.
And when everybody's swinging the bat pretty well in the middle of the order, you start to worry about guys that are 2 and 3 hitters away. And that's how you keep the line moving.
And LaRoche will pull it right side. Batted down by Carlos Lee. Still time to make the play. And if he doesn't, Zimmerman would have scored. So the Nats get a double and strand a runner. And it's 0-0 after 1.
Okay, let's check out Jordan Zimmerman's repertoire a little bit closer. You look at the fastball, 61% of the time. Opponents are hitting 243 since 2011. Look at the slider, only hitting 235. The curveball, 224. So we know he throws strikes, but that's a low batting average, and you wonder why he doesn't throw the changeup that much. But I think that number might be a little bit skewed because he only throws it 2% of the time. Find out why the government is turning to STG at stginc.com.
I like it. Don't go changing. Not that much off-speed stuff at this stage of his career. Carlos Lee out into short right center, and it's easy for Danny Espinosa.
Well, we talked to Steve McCatty early in the season about the changeup with Jordan Zimmerman, and he said, well, some power pitchers don't like to throw it. You know, Steven Strasburg has a good feel for it, but, you know, a guy like Jordan likes to put the ball back in his hand, squeeze it tight, and let it rip, whether it's the hard curveball, the hard slider, or the mid-90s fastball. And I would think that would be hard for a power guy to throttle back and throw a changeup. If you're going to go after somebody, you're going to pound the strike zone with hard stuff. Make it all hard.
Yeah. And I love it when we talk about Strasburg and Rodriguez throttling back, throwing 90-mile-an-hour changeups. Such a thing I've never heard of until the last couple of years. That's a good high fastball for a strike to Brian Bogusevic, 28-year-old outfielder from the Chicago area, who hit 287. 87 games for the Astros last year after a 28 at-bat audition the year before. He was a first-rounder out of Tulane, 24th player taken back in 2005.
And you like to read swings early in a baseball game. It'll tell you a lot about what the pitcher has, whether it's the Nats guys hitting against the opponent or a Nats pitcher on the mound. And right now you're seeing early in this ball game a lot of the left-handers from the Astros late on fastballs and hitting counts. And that tells me that whether it says 93, 94, that Jordan Zimmerman's got some late giddy up on his heater here tonight. And some guys just have that. It's another gear when the ball gets about halfway to home because they get that whip out in front with their fingers, almost like a fishing pole when they release it.
That ball hits Bogusevic. Well off the plate inside. He's aboard with one out. And Christina, of course, having a chat with Steve McCatty about Jordan Zimmerman. So what does that pitching coach have to say?
Yeah, Bob, it's been a topic of discussion how Jordan Zimmermann has pitched well consistently, but just is not getting the run support. And pitching coach Steve McCatty talked about what he tells Jordan and all of his pitchers. Don't worry about what we get as far as runs. Worry about what you give up. This is a long season. The physical stuff wears on you at the end, but it's the mental stress that's there the entire time. If you're not mentally tough, this game can eat you alive. But he said, you know, Jordan's capable of getting through any situation. And Davey Johnson said he may seem laid back, but he's as tough as an ox.
Well, he's pitched some high-stress games. I mean, we kind of talked about last year without the run support, this year without the run support. So when he goes out there every fifth day, he probably feels like he has to be darn near perfect. But, you know, whenever pitchers, we weren't scoring runs for pitchers on my team, I would always be the guy in the dugout saying, you got a bat, do something about it. You're hitting ninth tonight.
Or if you get him a run, there you go.
There's your run. Make it work.
Chris Johnson, the hitter, 3 hits, 2 RBIs in the series. 1 for 2 career against Jordan Zimmermann. Only Johnson, Lee, and Schaefer have ever faced Jordan. A little bit off speed and just a little bit off the plate. Astros, a decent running ball club in the early going. 9 steals in 12 attempts. Bogusevic has not run yet. And a big fastball that he can't reach. Brian Bogusevic, good speed, stole 4 bases in limited play last year. Good athlete, used to be a pitcher. 09, his first full season as a position player. He pitched in the minor leagues for 4 years. To Desmond. Have to hurry for 2. Espinosa turns it on a 6-4-3. 6 hitters in 2 innings for Jordan Zimmermann, thanks to 2 inning-ending double plays. Nationals baseball on Masson, brought to you by BMW, the ultimate driving machine. Yeah, guess who's leading off? Bottom of the second, it's Jason Worth. They're pretty psyched about that in the first row, evidently. Nice going, Mom. Got the kids out at the ballpark tonight. Cool evening, 54 degrees at game time. Hope you're snug. All along the Masson footprint from Pennsylvania all the way down to North Carolina. Here's Worth, and that one's in there. Jason hitting .362. 3 for 7 in this series. And 2 hits last night, double after a single his first 2 times up. And you made this point last night. If he doesn't hustle on that fly ball that dropped in left field, he doesn't score. The one that Justin Maxwell got a piece of Because if he's on first base and then LaRoche hits that Texas leaguer out there, he's standing on third instead of shaking hands in the dugout. Big play, the only offensive play of the night, getting the Nats a run. Amazing the little things this guy does to help.
And how many times you see it, a big leaguer hit a pop-up and just trot to first base. But last night, Jason Worth said, well, there was nothing else to do. Put my head down and run hard. He thought it was going to drop right when he made contact.
That's why coaches and managers say, you'll never embarrass yourself if you hustle.
And how hard is it to do it 4 times a night? It's not like you run a marathon. You're running down to first base 4 times hard.
So a full count to Worth, who has walked 6 times this year. And that's a fastball away. Another good at bat. And the Nats continue to take bases on balls when given. League leaders from Hollywood Casino Charlestown races. On base percentage, the Nats behind the 8-3 Cardinals and the 9-2 Dodgers. Slots, tables, and dining, the ultimate triple play, Hollywood Casino Charlestown races. The Astros doing a good job in that department. Here's Ankiel.
And they're 5th in the league in hitting with a .253 average as a team.
Last year the Nationals hit .242. That was 3rd from the bottom in the league, and they were 4th from the bottom in runs. I have to think, even without Michael Morse for a while, those numbers will be a whole lot better this year.
Funny how we're not hearing a lot about the hitting coach this year so far.
That's good, isn't it?
Absolutely. Doing a nice job. And we talk about the approach pretty much for all the hitters. It's been very aggressive with a plan, as Davey Johnson and Rick put it, patiently aggressive. You go up there with a plan. You're looking for one pitch in one spot. When you get that pitch, you let it rip. And if you don't, you take it. And what happens is the opposition is seeing the aggressiveness throughout the lineup, and they're trying to be too fine early in the count. And invariably, you see yourself in a 2-1, 3-1 count more times than not, or walking. That's why the on-base percentage is so high.
That's in there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Rick Ankiel in this series, 1 for 4. This is his 5th game since coming off the DL over the weekend. And he is 2 for 12. 0 for 1 career against Lucas Harrell.
And you could run on Harrell 1-3 to 1-5. I had him at 1-6.
Worth gets a great jump, and the ball fumbled by the catcher, but that will be the strikeout. It was a foul tip, and he was able to hold on to Jason Castro.
You see the jump of Jason Worth. 1-5, you can steal a base every single time. Pretty good jump. Stole it standing up. Pretty good pitch to throw on, too. Just couldn't find the handle.
Yeah, he was actually trying to make the exchange for a throw. So the Nats have their 6th stolen base of the year, and Worth is 2 for 2. Next up, Wilson Ramos. On the corner, Wilson Ramos in this series, 1 for 1 with a walk and a home run.
And if you don't pay attention to Jason Worth on second base, he will steal third.
Pardon me, Ramos 1 for 3 with a walk and a home run. And I love the way Worth is a presence on the bases, no matter where he is. He just forces Marwin Gonzalez to hang closer to the bag than he'd probably like to. Shortstop can't do anything about it. He's got to be in a pull position.
Well, remember last year when he was a scrappy leadoff hitter for the Nationals?
That's right. That's right. Last year, Worth stole 19 bases in 22 attempts, and it wasn't always second base. Way inside, pushing Wilson back off the plate. Number 8 hitter, Roger Bernardina. Interesting guy to have hitting 8th. A combination of power, speed, and bunting ability to go with that. And then Jordan Zimmerman handles the bat pretty well himself. right near the left sleeve of Ramos. 2-2.
The first two pitches were on the outer half, so Wilson diving out there to protect with 2 strikes, gets a 2-seam fastball that runs in all over him.
He waited for that breaking ball and fouled it off. Wilson Ramos going deep, and I mean deep, Monday night.
And watch where the location was, watch where the pitch was, right out over the plate. Whenever he's hitting the ball that way, he's locked. So a good sign for the Nationals, a good sign for Wilson Ramos. Going the other way with authority.
His 17th career home run, first of this year. And he's getting to see lots of pitches here.
You see where the location was and where the pitch was. And so far in this game, Lucas Harrell has not hit his spots. And he has to do that to be successful. Not an overpowering guy. He's got good movement on the 2-seamer. Pretty good slider and a good curve. But a guy like that has to hit his spots to be successful.
And the Nats have him at 35 pitches with 1 out in the 2nd inning. Targets inside again. He tries to bury it in there, and Ramos spoils it.
He got a good sinker. I mean, if he keeps it down and in on the righties, it's a tough at-bat. And that was a good one.
He offered, and he strikes out, and Worth will stay. And the pitcher had to remind Jason Castro that that required a throw to first, and then Worth takes third.
And just another heads-up base running play by Jason Worth. I mean, he was going to break originally, and then Jason Castro looked him back. And not a huge advantage of getting to third with 2 outs, but the Nats will take it any way they can right now. You see Castro looking Worth back, and Carlos Lee says, I'm not going to throw that ball across.
So not a stolen base, but it kind of is. So he's at third base with 2 outs, and Roger Bernardina coming in.
I would be surprised if they pitched to Bernardina at all right here.
Yeah, Doug Brocail out to talk about a situation here that comes up so often in the National League where you can pick what you want to do here.
And I'm not a fan of trying to pitch around a guy. I mean, if you want to pitch around a guy, put him on first base. Because when you leave it up to the pitcher and they're trying to make a perfect pitch, what do a lot of times? Leave it right out over the plate. I mean, you'd rather face a guy that hits once every 5 days than a guy that hits every day. And they're going to try to make Roger Bernardina swing at balls right here. I would imagine they're not going to throw him too many strikes, except for that one.
That was a changeup. Bernardina 4 for 28 to start the season, just a 143 average with an RBI.
And this is where hitting 8th is tough. I mean, do you take your walk? Do you expand your zone? But if you expand your zone and force the issue, a lot of times you make an out. So, I mean, there's 2 ways to think about it. Just take your walk and let the pitcher try to get him in, or be overly aggressive, expand your zone, and try to drive the run in yourself.
He'll take it, low and away, 2-1.
And they're going to go ahead and put him on. And there's always that temptation to get the 8-hole hitter out and have the pitcher lead off the next inning. You figure that following inning, it's really like you only have to get 2 outs because the pitcher's leading it off and you're assuming he's going to make an out. But
don't forget about Dierks Bentley.
How could you?
I'm wondering that myself. June 2nd. The Nats play the Braves, 4:05 on a Saturday. Dierks Bentley free concert after the game. You need a ticket for the game to rock out country western style. First of 3 post-game concerts for the year. Jordan Zimmerman has 6 major league hits, 2 RBIs in his career. This is interesting.
I would imagine Jordan is taken right here, but you never know.
Zimmerman takes a swing and hits it to the right side. Gonzalez shovels to Lowry. Nats have stranded 3 runners in the first 2 innings of a scoreless game. Nats and the Astros. Jordan Zimmerman, 24 pitches, 16 strikes in the first 2 innings. And here on Wired Wednesday, we have a great opportunity to join Mike Rizzo live from downstairs. Mike, you look like you're keeping comfortable in your Hoyas sweatshirt there.
Yeah, it was the warmest thing I had in the office, so I fired it on today.
Tell us what you think of Jordan's first 2 innings. A couple of double plays have helped shorten both of those frames.
Well, you know, typical Jordan, he throws a lot of strikes, pounds the strike zone, works fast, and he comes right at the hitters.
And this pitching staff so far, we've documented all the numbers, Mike. The 191 ERA, second lowest run total given up in baseball, although Texas has played 1 fewer game. So the numbers tell part of the story, but tell us something about this rotation and the makeup of these guys that's helping all of this to happen.
Well, you know, first of all, they're all young pitchers with we think some upside left in their abilities. We like the fact that they're young, controllable guys that we're going to have in the rotation for years to come. And they all have a very aggressive nature, and they're very poor losers and very competitive. So they compete against the other team and against themselves.
A lot like their general manager.
Yeah.
Zimmerman has to shift over to his right. Long throw right on target to retire Jason Castro.
Now, Mike, as a player, you can control what you control. A lot of things are out of your control, but with Jordan Zimmerman, are you worried at all that, you know, a lot of times last year, not a lot of run support, and then so far this year to where he feels like he has to go out there and be perfect every 5th day? Have you talked to him at all about that?
You know, if it was any other pitcher, I would have some concerns. This guy is as steady as a rock. He has no pulse whatsoever. This guy is, you know, this is a balmy day for Zim right now. You know, the conditions, it doesn't matter what the conditions are, what the situation is. He's going to follow his game plan, pound the strike zone, go right after the hitters. And, you know, we tell him to pitch off the plate a little bit, hit your spots. And he's like, okay, yes. And then boom, he goes right at the hitters. And he's aggressive bulldog, and that's the guy we drafted. And he hasn't varied from his game plan one time since I've known him.
And Mike, really these days, hard to differentiate between at least the first 3 guys and maybe the first 4 as to who's number 1, 2, 3, or 4. They're all pitching like top of the rotation guys.
Well, we felt all along that coming into this into the winter that Strauss was a clear-cut, true number 1 horse type of guy. We also thought that Zim has the capabilities of being a 1 on a lot of staffs. Gio Gonzalez is a definite guy that can be a strong 2 starter on any staff in baseball.
Ground ball from Marwin Gonzalez, handled easily by Danny Espinosa, and Jordan Zimmerman. 2 quick outs here in the 3rd.
Is there any thoughts about locking these guys up to long-term deals, maybe get them at a discount rate and give them some security for the future?
Well, we control the 4 players that we mentioned. Other than Edwin Jackson that we control this year only, we control the rest of the players, I think, through 2015, if I'm not mistaken. So they're not all under long-term contract. Zim is, he was a Super 2 this year, so we control him for 3 more seasons past this one. And Strauss, Gio signed a long-term deal, and Ted is, a young Major League Service guy. So these guys are going to be together and around for a long time. We love to have all these guys under contract for a long-term deal. It's it's a 2-way street sometimes, and you got to have interest from both sides.
Jordan Zimmerman and Mike Rizzo, 3 quick outs. Mike, thanks for the quick visit. We appreciate it tonight.
My pleasure, guys. Anytime.
Nationals baseball on Masson, brought to you by AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible, and by your local DC area Land Rover Center. A little extra hot sauce over in Chinatown tonight, don't you think? And here we are down on South Capitol Street. No score, bottom of the 3rd coming up. And because of those walks, the Nats have the top of the lineup coming up. And a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one, look forward to Miller Time later in tonight's game, brought to you by Miller Lite.
Can I get a baseball mug like that? I want one of those.
Lucas Harrell, 46 pitches in 2 innings. That's about 10 pitches over what you would like your starter to average each inning. Top of the order, Desmond, Espinosa, and Zimmerman. So here we go, 2nd time around. And we'll see what the 26-year-old right-hander has in store. How about a pretty good first pitch slider? Desmond bounced out to short first time. And a fastball that misses away.
I mean, it's the one thing that we've seen consistently from the offense pretty much every game this season. With the aggressive game plan, the pitch counts are up.
Yeah.
high pitch counts from everybody they face early in the season.
Desmond hits one into right for Brian Bogusevic. First out. Bottom third. Ignite your attitude with a 5-game flex plan. Pick 4 games. Get a 5th one free. The plans start at just $60. Nationals.com/flex for all your ticket information. Danny Espinoza is next. Series will wrap up tomorrow night with Edwin Jackson coming off the complete game against Bud Norris, who has no record but a good ERA of 3.46. Another night game tomorrow. Then the Marlins are here for the weekend. First pitch off speed. Danny took a good look at it. Nearly hit the ball out of the ballpark first time to the middle of the track, straightaway left field. Harrell has not given up a homer this year. Wow. Bat goes flying in several pieces. 2 outs. Tim Cheetah doing housekeeping around the fair part right in front of the box.
Now watch the barrel. It's heading right toward Harrell. It's tough to feel the baseball when you see something out of the corner of your eye coming at you besides a ball.
The Nats have 1 hit tonight, and that came from Ryan Zimmerman. A line drive over the first base bag about as hard as you can hit a ball the other way. It hit the short stands, that short part of the wall where it juts out there, and with the play right in front of the right fielder, Ryan went for 2 and got it. We've seen some really good things from him running the bases so far this year, indicating he is way back from all that injury problem he had last year. He's now 4 for 8 in the series, and the batting average is up in the .234 range. And that went into right field for Bogusevic as well. Lucas Harrell, not that great last time out. Pretty good so far tonight. Scoreless game on to the middle innings. Zeros across. Each team with a hit. Jed Lowry, first inning single for the Astros. Ryan Zimmerman, first inning double for the Nats. 2 double plays for Jordan Zimmerman, keeping his pitch count down. And this was an unusual one.
Yeah, you look at Travis Buck following off over there. And I think Jed Lowry, who rolled his head in on the hit and run, just thought that ball was going into the stands. And then here you got a tailor-made 6-4-3 double play. So the pitcher's best friend's usually a double play. I think Jordan Zimmerman's best friend would be a couple of runs.
Well, we don't want to beat this thing to death, but This is not a temporary thing. This goes back to the beginning of last year. So, FP, you've been on ball clubs. Is there a pitcher who comes to mind that you guys had a hard time scoring for? And if there is, do you have any explanation for a situation like that?
No, we don't want to beat it to death, but that's what we do. So we will talk about it.
That's a good bunt. Looks like a hit. Jordan Schaefer just simply beats Jordan Zimmerman to the bag. Nats didn't do anything wrong on that play.
Well, I'm going to tell you what I think in a second. Let's check out this bunt real quick. I mean, Jordan Schaefer, nice job right here of just getting the bunt down into a rough spot. You can't play it any better than this. You see the little hesitation by Jordan Zimmerman, and I think that might have cost him right there, that little let up, and that was the difference. I think he thought Adam LaRoche was going to take it himself. But getting back to your question, Bob, and I think it's a real good one, is that there's certain guys on every staff that are just that guy, and I think Jordan's that guy in this staff. But you know, a lot of times as a position player from a hitter standpoint, you know what's going on, and then you say to yourself, we really got to get this guy some runs. Come on, let's really bear down tonight. And I think maybe you put a little more added pressure on yourself as a hitter than you normally do. I don't know what's going on with the Nats in that regard, but I also know that whenever Pedro Martinez pitched, we did the same thing. If we knew if we got Pedro 1 or 2 runs that we could possibly win the baseball game, so we would bunt early in the game and do little things offensively just to push a run across for him and then let him do his thing. But you know, a lot of times when that guy's on the mound, you try too hard. And I think as a hitter, if you try too hard, you're not going to score runs.
Right, and you're gripping the bat and all that. Interesting, very interesting. By the way, Schaefer 4th in the league in steals with 5. 3 guys have 7. He's off to the races. Ramos, bullet, but it short hopped Espinoza. Throw beat the runner, but a tough pickup for Danny. Wilson Ramos is now 1 out of 8 this year against opposing base runners. You don't fault the catcher for all of that.
A pretty good jump by Schaefer. Jordan Zimmerman thrown over there 3 or 4 times. You think that would take a little steam out of his jump, but not the case. Wilson standing up tall and letting it rip, and not a lot Danny Espinoza could do with that in between hop.
Yep. So that's 7 for the top 3 guys in the league and 6 for Schaefer now. D. Gordon of the Dodgers, Starlin Castro of the Cubs, Emilio Bonifacio of the Marlins, all with 7 to lead the league. So a runner at second base, nobody out for Jed Lowry. Base hit up the middle for him, first time up.
Let's see if he keeps the bunt on in a 2-0 count. I'd let him swing away. Base hit his first time up.
He's had 3 hits in the series. And quickly outside 3-0. Number 3 hitter Travis Buck on deck.
Fastball away is the pitch. It's a tough pitch for a lefty to pull to get the runner over to third base, and especially when it's mid-90s. Hard to get around that, hit it to second base.
So he pulls it. Good job. LaRoche to the bag. And now the bunt hit and the steal with a ground ball have the Astros in a position to take the lead. Since the start of last year, fewer runs to work with than Lincecum, Latos, and some other really good pitchers, including tomorrow night's starter. Find out why the government is turning to STG at stginc.com. They go inside the numbers right there. There's Travis Buck, who fouled into that 5-3 double play first time up. 3 RBIs on the year. He's 2 for 9 in the series. Zimmerman starts him off with a breaking ball. Great pitch. And unluckily for the Nats, a little ground ball placed perfectly to put Houston on top.
And nicely manufactured by the Astros. Little base hit bump by Jordan Schaefer, put it in a perfect spot. And after Jordan Zimmerman threw over 3 times, he still stole second base. Jed Lowry, nice job in a 3-1 count. Just hitting a little ground ball to first base, and then a little tapper right there for a run. That's good baseball. And if you're Jordan Zimmerman right now, you just have to forget about that and concentrate on this guy.
First time Houston's had the lead in this series. They were tied 2-2 middle innings on Monday night. And here's Carlos Lee, who is 0 for 9 in this series. He's a big man who makes contact. He hasn't struck out in this series. And over the years, the Nats have only been able to strike him 15 times on the average per 100 at bats. The only tougher hitter for the Nats over the years to strike out, Placido Polanco of the Phillies.
Yeah, a lot of teams could say that about that guy.
Yeah.
He is a tough out.
0-2 pitch and off speed in the dirt. Carlos Lee, 1 homer this year to make it to that 350 mark. He broke in with the White Sox 99, was there for 6 years, 2 years in Milwaukee, won a Silver Slugger with the Brewers in 05, Texas for 1 year, and then the Astros signed him as a free agent prior to the 2007 season, and he has his first base hit of the series. Had to go the other way to get it. Brian Bogusevic up next at the stroke of the 8 o'clock hour here. Ball game underway for 54 minutes or so. Top of the 4th, Bob FP and Christina on a cool, damp evening, but knocking on the wood here for Micah, whatever this is. But the rain stays away. Field, very good condition. Brown's crew, as usual, great job, and it was covered. All the batting practice took place in the cage this afternoon. Espinoza throws out Bogusevic. Astros manufacture a run for the Nats. 4-5-6 coming up. He's got to quit showboating out of the gate there. You'll find out why, because it cost him a few steps right at the end. Teddy, just put your head down and run. Look at this closing kick by number 26. FP, I believe that's the best I've ever seen him run in a race.
In franchise history.
Yeah, including Montreal. Well, those guys are fun, and Teddy is still winless. Adam LaRoche will lead off bottom of the 4th inning, and something has taken place with Travis Buck because Justin Maxwell is now in left field for Houston. He hit that RBI ground ball, and you wonder if he tweaked something hustling down the first baseline.
He got out of the box funny. He might have done it right in the batter's box.
It is time. It is time for some offense, and there goes Travis Buck to the clubhouse. LaRoche pops it up over by the Houston dugout, and basket one-handed catch by Chris Johnson.
That's a nice play, especially when you're on the road. I mean, you know your own ballpark. You know where you're at when you go toward the dugout. But on the road, it gets a little tricky sometimes because that's not something you really practice during batting practice. Nice job of Johnson going over and finding the fence and knowing where he's at. I'm sure he takes a little peek right here. You see that little peek? We talked about it with Jason Worth last week, finding the fence. Same thing when you're going over to the rail as an infielder. Just take a little peek, know where you're at, good knowledge of where the fence is. Good communication with his catcher.
So that was a 1-pitch out, and here's Worth. Walk, stole a base, and was stranded at third after leading off the second inning. Nats have been out hit 3-1. That one is slicing out of play. Rick Ankiel is next. So far, the left-handed hitters haven't been able to do a thing with Lucas Harrell. Espinosa 0 for 2. LaRoche is as well. Ankiel struck out. And Bernardino was walked intentionally down there in that number 8 hole. Come on, buddy. She'd sure like that baseball. Come on.
He's trying to give it to a kid. He was looking around to give it to somebody else. And he's going to do it. That is cool. Way to go.
Nice.
But now you're going to have a fight because you got to have 2 baseballs with those 2 guys.
We'll keep you posted on any tugs of war that may be coming in the next few minutes. Thank you.
That was cool. Very nice. Nicely done.
Way to go, buddy. I think the other guy's a little more concerned. He's got the glove on. He wants to catch his own.
He wants his own. He doesn't want any charity. He's going to catch one.
2-2 to Worth. Fastball up, and he gets jammed. A lot of easy outs here. And a running catch by Brian Bogusevic approaching the right field line. 2 down. Just south of here, Potomac Nationals in Woodbridge starting another home series tomorrow night. Saturday is fireworks and Sunday Superheroes Day. Information and tickets, PotomacNationals.com or 703-590-2311. Here's Rick Ankiel. Fastball right to the corner. And he goes high in the zone, inside corner. In and out, up and down.
Not impossible to hit a home run tonight, but the ballpark's playing big. So if you're going to score some runs, it's going to have to be a bunch of hits back to back to back.
Yeah, it's a fair park, but conditions like this definitely change things. Espinosa's ball in the first inning probably leaves the yard or is at least up against the barrier. They really play Ankiel the pole. Big gap in deep left center and about 120 room of feet down the left field line. Rick will look at it. 2-2. Brad Mills Ball Club off to a 4-7 start. They've lost 4 of their 5 road games. They haven't played a team from their own division yet. Wilson Ramos waiting. Ankiel made an offer. He did not swing.
A good take right there by Rick Ankiel, but he got a pitch to hit on the 2-2 fastball. Right down the middle, a little bit late in 2-strike mode, battling hard. You'll get that same fastball here.
And he gets jammed. Harrell really working toward the trademark of these Washington bats. And a 1-2-3, he's retired 9 of the last 10. /fan guide for a chance to win a VIP experience for 2 this year at a World Series game. It's presented by Scott's, the official lawn care company of Major League Baseball. MLB.com/fan guide. Boys night out.
They're doing the rally dance for some runs.
Need to take all those caps, turn them inside out, and turn them around backwards. For Nationals alerts you can't miss, including starting lineups and in-game updates, you can text Nationals to 29292. Right now, it'll probably tell you that Jordan Zimmerman has 47 pitches, 30 strikes, 8 first pitch strikes to 14 batters, and he's given up a run on 3 hits. That's a good slider, front door, inside corner to Chris Johnson.
He gave up a run without the ball leaving the infield.
That one will just slice foul. And Zimmerman here in the 5th inning, just now arriving at pitch number 50. That breaking ball is just foul. Very close to the chalk line.
So if you're Chris Johnson, you just missed a double down the right field line. Now you miss a double down the left field line. I guess the only thing left to do is hit one right up the middle.
Well, Jordan doesn't have to make him hit it right here. It's 0-2. So he'll go upstairs with a fastball.
Going with the curve.
Buries it. There was movement in that bat. And the appeal, Chris Conroy says, no swing. Front door slider, jamming the hitter, and Worth is there. He was shading over that way. Pretty easy play for Jason. Jordan Zimmerman continues to impress. Number 7 Castro, number 8 Gonzalez now straight ahead. Interesting season last year for Jordan. 3rd best season ever by a young pitcher in this organization. Only better than his 3.18 ERA. Scott Sanderson for the Expos in '80 and John Dobson for the Expos in '88. They had ERAs of 3.11 and 3.04. Pedro had a 1.90 ERA his first year, but he was about almost 200 days older than Jordan Zimmermann. Interesting list of guys there. I'm sure you played with a few of those characters.
No, Pedro was that guy. I mean, on the staff in 1997, he ended up winning the Cy Young, played center field behind him that whole year. And he was a guy that went out there, and we had trouble scoring runs for him. And when you know you got a guy out there, like repeating what I said already, you really want to get him to win. And I know all the guys behind Jordan want to get him wins. They want to score him runs. And sometimes it's easier said than done.
Well, I think you could look at tonight. Almost every hitter in the lineup's been jammed. Are they jumping out at the ball just so overeager?
Now he's got a good two-seam fastball going. Harold's got good stuff. Last outing against the Marlins, he didn't have any success. But we always talk about that. Last time he pitched, he only went 4 innings. And when a guy only goes 4 innings one start, they're pretty fresh for their next start. And it's the opposite. When you pitch a complete game and throw 110 pitches, usually your next start's the tough one.
Well, tomorrow night, Edwin Jackson, but he only threw 92 pitches in his complete game. He threw the same number of pitches in 9 innings that +1 that Gio Gonzalez threw last night in 7. And Davey Johnson said after the game he wants to make sure he doesn't overwork or abuse these young guys early in the season. And he felt the time was right after 91 pitches and 7 innings, despite the bottom of the order coming up, to pull Gio last night. It worked out okay. Espinosa right there for the grounder from Jason Castro. 2 down. AT&T fact of the game. Fewest in franchise history. I would hope so in 12 games. The only way to do better would be to give up 1 or totally shut everybody down in the power game. And that's really been something that's kept the runs down, keeping the ball in the ballpark.
I was reading the notes today before the game. We all know that they lead the major leagues in 117 strikeouts, the Nats staff, but there was another stat to go with it. They rank 3rd in fewest pitches per inning at 15.2. So
now I like that.
How do you lead the league in strikeouts?
Yeah.
And are 3rd in fewest pitches per inning?
That's really something, isn't it? That ball is really hit hard by Marwin Gonzalez. This kid can fly. He's on his way to 2nd. Thinking about 3rd, he picks up Dave Clark, who stops him with 2 outs. Marwin Gonzalez, he was a Rule 5 guy that the Red Sox picked up from the Cubs, and then the Astros traded for him. They like his shortstop, and how about that bat?
Yeah, pretty good swing right there, just splitting the gap in right center field. And the best part about that is Lucas Harrell is hitting. Let's see if he can swing it.
Yeah, Marwin Gonzalez signed by the Cubs 7 years ago at the age of 16. Lucas Harrell is 1 for 7 as a major league hitter. Evidently, Travis Buck had to leave the game. Mildly strained his left hamstring on that trip down the first baseline.
And it is hamstring pulling weather tonight. Cool, breezy.
Pitch track from Nissan.
A little 93-mile-an-hour fastball up in the zone. Can't catch up.
All right, quickly 0-2 here. Outfield way around to the left. So that indicates fastballs to the left-handed hitting, right-handed throwing pitcher. And Zimmermann just throws it at the knees over the plate, and that 5th inning is over for Houston. They've left 2 halfway through the ball game. King. Burger King is the proud sponsor of Nationals baseball. Capital all lit up tonight. MASSonSports.com. Crystal clear Masson HD for you on a Wednesday night, game 13 of the season. And tomorrow night, Bud Norris goes for the Astros. 21-24 career. Norris will make his third start against Washington. He's 1-0 with a 2.63 ERA. And then there's Edwin Jackson coming off his 5th career complete game on those 92 pitches we talked about last time out against Cincinnati. Johnny and Ray, 6:30. FP and I join you from the booth at 7. First pitch, 7:05.
Yeah, Bud Norris got good stuff. Maybe the best stuff on the Astros staff. Good fastball, good changeup to go with it. And you see the batting average against 208 versus 128. So hits might be hard to come by tomorrow night as well.
Well, I heard Roger Clemens was in town. I just didn't know he was pitching against the Nats tonight. A one-hitter through 4 for Lucas Harrell. Ramos, Bernardina, and Jordan Zimmerman here. He's retired 7 straight. Then there was that intentional walk back then, and then 9 of the last 10, and 10 of the last 12 since Zimmerman's double.
If one of these two guys can get on for Jordan Zimmerman and butt him over, I think third time around is the charm for the Nationals. We talked about it the last couple of nights. When you see a pitcher twice, your third time up, there should be no surprises. You've seen pretty much everything he has. He's got no surprises left for you, and that's the biggest challenge for a starting pitcher, is getting through that lineup the third time. I would think he and Desmond and the boys have a pretty good idea of what to do the third time up.
Ramos reaching, and it's 2-2. Bernardina walked intentionally, first time. 7th game of the homestand. The Nats are 5-1 here. And Ramos taking that one low, 3-2. Washington will take base runners any way to get them right now. That's way inside. And Ramos gets Washington's 3rd walk of the night. He almost was hit by a pitch last time up. STGinc.com, that's where the government goes, as they trust STG. Highest average ahead in the count. And Roger Bernardina.
Well, he would love to be ahead in the count here, but I would imagine if he gets a strike, he's going first pitch hunting. First pitch changeup. Pretty good pitch. He's kept it down all night. He's kept his two-seam fastball down. You see the changeup right there. Good movement at the end, and steals a strike with some off-speed.
Nissan on the pitch track, having their Sale a Minute event. Save on your new Nissan. Choose Nissan.com or your local dealer. That's a swing and a foul tip, 0-2.
We need to have a graphic of what he's hitting when he's behind in the count right now.
Roger on the season, 4 for 28. Not the greatest ratio of strikes to balls, but effective when needed. And Bernardina strikes out. That's his 3rd K of the night. Well, we were hoping Jordan Zimmerman might be bunting with 2 men aboard. Now he'll try to get Ramos to second base.
So first pitch changeup, second pitch curveball, third pitch curveball. So Roger Bernardina doesn't see a fastball at all.
Jordan Zimmerman has 1 sacrifice bunt this year, 18 in his career. With Levon gone, probably the best bunter on the staff. Chris Johnson, I wouldn't say he was creeping in from third. He was running in from third, and Jordan almost got the ball by him. Works as good as a sacrifice, though.
All of a sudden, for Chris Johnson, it turned into a Little League game because he was playing about 45 feet away from Jordan Zimmerman. Watch this. Great shot, guys. This will show it. Crashing hard. Jordan does the right thing, pulls the bat back, a little butcher boy action. And he almost snuck that ball by Johnson. Nice play, quick reactions.
All right, so the Nats took a shot at bigger things, but they got the job done. And here's Desmond. Ian's driven in 4 runs, and suddenly in this series against Houston pitching, he's 1 for 11. Hits that ball pretty well to center. Got some carry on it. Heading for the wall. It is caught by Jordan Schaefer. His speed a factor when Houston scored in the 4th, and his speed keeps the Nats off the board here in the 5th inning. Hey, you guys know where level 5 is?
Yeah, bring us a couple cups of that.
Yes, sir.
Now, please.
Ryan Zimmerman Kids Jersey Day is Sunday. Nats and the Marlins at 1:35. First 10,000 fans, 12 and under, receive a Ryan Zimmerman Kids Jersey presented by Masson. Go to nationals.com/tickets. Top of the 6th inning and another 1-0 game.
And today we got some news that one of our old friends, Pudge Rodriguez, is shutting it down, retiring. So yeah, we wanted to show some memories of Pudge. He was a great Nat, a great teammate, and had a Hall of Fame career. So congratulations to Pudge, shutting it down after a wonderful long career of throwing out runners and getting knocks. Finished just short of 3,000 hits. That's going to be a tough one for him to chew on.
Yeah.
But what a fantastic career, and we miss him.
That makes me very, very sad for that news, just the way we got to know him. Pudge Rodriguez, more games caught than anybody. 40 years old this year.
The best I ever saw behind the plate.
Over 300 homers, over 1,300 RBIs. Well over 2,800 hits, over 550 doubles. 22 years in the big leagues. Here's one more number for you. Career caught stealing, 42%.
Wow.
Not running, folks. That's throwing.
And I always tell the story. You sign my professional contract. I'm playing in the Florida State League for the West Palm Beach Expos, and we go up to Port Charlotte to play the Rangers. And I'm watching this 16-year-old kid behind the plate in infield just throwing laser beams all over the place. The catcher, I'm saying, if this is pro ball, I got no shot. I've never seen a catcher throw like this before. And it was my very first day, and that's the first infield I ever saw as a professional taken against us. And watching Pudge throw at age 16 Never seen anybody like that.
Good play by Jordan Zimmerman on a breaking ball by Jordan Schaefer. One out here in the 6th. And by the way, Pudge also, we got to mention this. 14 All-Star games, 13 Gold Gloves, most ever for a catcher. And he won 7 Silver Sluggers. A great part of this organization for 2 seasons. Here's Jed Lowry, 1 for 2.
And the one thing I learned about him last year is how nice he was. When you play against Pudge, he's a guy you like to hate because he's always pumping fists. He's always showing a lot of emotion. And, you know, when you're on the other side of the dugout watching him, yeah, you take him on your team, but he's probably not the most popular guy in the other dugout. And then get to know him last year and what a nice guy he is. You know, everybody loved to be a teammate of Pudge.
Good job of calling Desmond off early by Roger Bernardina. 2 quick outs for Zimmerman here in the 6th. Well, I hope Pudge comes back and sees us, or we run into him on a regular basis. He and his family live down in Arlington, Texas. Maybe we'll see him in Houston. Astros box score. RBI grounder by Travis Buck in the 4th, driving in Schaefer, who had bunted, stole second, went to 3rd on a grounder. And FP, you talked about this a couple of times this year. Pudge's legacy lives on with our catching staff, as Ramos and Flores will go out there and have a Pudge-like conference, and then there will be no signal for the pitch when they go back. They know what they're throwing, but nobody else can even come close to stealing a sign.
Yeah, and if you ask those 2 guys, Pudge taught him tons last year about how to run a baseball game from behind the plate, and I think you're seeing it this year. We've talked about it already in just 12 games about the tempo and not shaking guys off and getting the ball and throwing it, putting down the right fingers. And I remember every time Pudge got in there last year, we had fun watching him run a game.
Yeah. Swing and a miss. We're really going to miss him on the road in the hotel workout rooms because Pudge is responsible for FP and I being the specimens that we are today.
He is. The Pudge workout. Nobody worked harder, I'll tell you that.
Kinetic North America on the pitch track, and a 2-2 count now. Justin Maxwell first at bat after replacing Travis Buck, who left with the pulled hamstring on a chilly night. Nasty slider. That's an out pitch right there, and Maxwell laid off. Justin's had a pretty good spell with the bat in this series, 2 for 5. He's done some offensive things for the Astros so far. With Lee on deck, he will strike out looking as Zimmerman goes front door. All right, Espinosa, Zimmerman, and LaRoche in a 1-0 game coming up. Time for our sideline report with Christina. Visit AFCEA.org, the Association for IT Pros.
Thanks, Bob. How about a little early motivation in the season for the Nationals? Yesterday, Davey Johnson surprised Edwin Jackson with his 2011 World Series ring. He did not see it coming. He was so excited. He showed the entire clubhouse. I got to look at it. It was a pretty solid ring, a lot of stones in that thing. And I think it was way too big for Edwin to wear. He said, I don't even wear rings. It's going to be on display. But you know what? Davey Johnson was asked, what was it like for Edwin to show that off in the clubhouse early in the season? He's like, isn't that what we're all here for? It's definitely a good thing to take a look at that.
Danny Espinosa, he tries to drag a bunt. And from what we're hearing last year or two, these World Series rings the guys are getting are worth upwards of $20,000.
And they had the rally squirrel on the ring. How about that?
Oh, okay, the rally squirrel. We also understand the words "Happy Flight" were on that ring after St. Louis won so many getaway day games in September that really propelled them to that wild card spot. That season is still going to be amazing for the last night of the year. And Atlanta simply could not get an out to get a win. St. Louis snuck in, then they win the whole thing.
And how they won it, too. One of the best World Series you'll ever see.
And they dispatched the Phillies in the first round, too. That team had won over 100 games.
But we kind of had a feeling that might happen. The Nationals went up to Philadelphia late last year, swept them, and we made the point on the air that you just can't flip a switch and turn it on. It's how you're playing coming down the stretch, and the Cardinals playing all those games to get into the playoffs. They in essence, played playoff games the whole month of September and just kept it rolling right through October.
Well, I, for one, am just glad the National League has started winning some more World Series here. Giants the year before that. All right, I got to tell you folks, going into the bottom of the sixth inning,
1 for 1.
FP put his pen away and picked out a new one, and so did I. We're tired of writing down outs, and so we get to write down a base hit to start the sixth inning.
The green pen is gone, and the blue pen is 1 for 1.
All right, so Danny's on the board. Zimmerman has a double. Other than 3 walks, that's it for the Nats offense, but maybe some things are about to change. How about a big old ink blot in our scoreboard and our scorebooks here in the bottom of the sixth?
Well, guys in the dugout during the game, if you're going good and there's hits and runs, everybody will say same seat, and you'll all go back to the same seats after you high-five somebody. And if things aren't going good, somebody will stand up and invariably say, hey, everybody change seats. So it'll be musical chairs and everybody move around in the dugout to try to get a rally going. So we did our part tonight, new pens.
Yep, that's about all we can do from up here.
You want my tie? Let's switch ties.
No, I did.
How about my makeup? You want to use that?
I've had these bunch of ties for a lot of years, and I'm sticking with them. They'll come back in style sometime.
if you keep them long enough?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
2 balls and no strikes to Zimmerman. He's gone the other way twice. Really hit the double hard down the line. Fly ball second time. He just got jammed enough. Here's that third time around the order FP was talking about. And Ryan just got that one down by the trademark. Easy fly ball for Jordan Schaefer. Solutions that help you achieve your financial goals. PNC Bank, for the achiever in you. We're going to keep track of John Lannon pitching tonight. And look at that. That's a whole lot better. That'll bring down that ERA. 1 run on 6 hits in 6 innings, a walk, 2 strikeouts. Nice going tonight, John.
Yeah, don't even look at those stats up top. You know, you go to AAA for the first time and you still think of yourself as a big league pitcher, and we still think of John Lannon as a big league pitcher. It takes a while to get your head straight. When you go down and you used to charter planes and now you're sitting on a bus for 10 hours and playing AAA baseball, it takes a minute to figure it out.
LaRoche barely nubbing one out to the pitcher, and that's a really good turn, and the Nationals are gone after 6 in a 1-0 Houston ball game here. game, and it's a 1-0 game with the 7th inning coming up. It's Miller time, brought to you by Miller Lite. And we choose out great plays. How about this guy? He gets a souvenir, talks it over with his lady friend. He's going to walk down and give it to the little guy in green. Now his brother, who's in yellow there, has his own glove, so he wants to catch one. Thank you, sir.
Look how polite. He's going over and saying thank you, but how about the kid in the yellow? That's the guy that deserves the props.
He's a gamer.
Not throwing a fit. He's happy for his brother. It's good stuff.
Yeah, that's an unselfish teammate right there. That's good chemistry in that clubhouse when they go home.
Yeah, absolutely.
Top 7, here's Carlos Lee, 1 for 2 with a pop-up and a base hit. That single got him his only hit in 10 at-bats in this, so far, 3-game series. Target outside corner. Zimmerman trying to paint, pretty much did it, and he's an athletic fielding pitcher. I think there will come a time when Jordan Zimmerman could be a Gold Glove pitcher. They give one out for that position.
Absolutely. Greg Maddux won it about 6 or 7 years in a row. And the key to being a good fielding pitcher is A, you got to be a good athlete, but B, you got to be in a good position to field the baseball. You can't have your back to the hitter and falling off the mound. And for Jordan, he's so under control when he finishes. He's in a good position to field the baseball.
A little bit inside to the left-handed batter, Brian Bogusevic, who's been hit by a pitch and grounded out to second. And he'll pop it up on the infield. Ian Desmond under that. Next up, Chris Johnson. You can take the Nationals with you everywhere you go. Subscribe to MLB.tv. Every out-of-market Nats game live online and on your favorite device in HD quality. Visit Nationals.com to order and for more details. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere. Here's Chris Johnson. Zimmerman whistles in a fastball. Came into this inning 78 pitches in 6 innings. So really another brilliant start by a Nationals starting pitcher tonight. How about Jim Cott with 16 Gold Gloves, Greg Maddux 18. Once you get that reputation, hard for guys to take it away. Roger Bernardino stalking this one. And Jordan Zimmerman continues to mow down the Astros. Worth the lead off in a 1-0 game. Ball on Masson. Brought to you by Dodge. Go to Dodge.com or visit your local Dodge dealer tomorrow. From behind home plate, Nationals Park. How about the zeros in this one? Just like last night, Jordan Zimmerman, 86 pitches and 60 strikes in 7 innings, giving up a run on 4 hits. For every Nationals walk drawn this season, 3 of them tonight, Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield contributes $50 to the Boys and Girls Club of Greater D.C. So look at that, $2,650 already. They would like to encourage each of us to take that first step towards a healthier and more active lifestyle. If you don't have Pudge Rodriguez around to help you with your workout, go for a walk. Bottom 7, Worth, Ankiel, and Ramos. Lucas Harrell, 85 pitches, 49 strikes. And remember, He threw 46 pitches in the first 2 innings. So he's thrown 39 in the last 4 frames.
And he is some kind of into it, too. Ian Desmond hit that ball to straightaway center field. Jordan Schaefer making a nice play. And Harrell was fist pumping all the way back to the dugout. And last inning on the double play to end it, same thing.
High gas right past Worth. Jason's hitting streak on the line. The way this guy's pitching, you never know when your third at bat might be your last at bat. Worth is 0 for 1 with a walk. Marlins, by the way, 6th inning at home, leading the Cubs 4-0 tonight. The other Eastern team in action. And 4 runs off Matt Garza, as Hanley Ramirez has hit his 4th home run and Daniel Murphy his 1st. Number 6 hitter Rick Ankiel next, then Wilson Ramos. Worth on a 1-2. They are stirring but not throwing in the Houston bullpen.
Same in the Nats bullpen. This looks like it's all Jordan Zimmerman. They're getting loose, but nobody's throwing.
Worth, left side, fielded by Chris Johnson, as Harrell continues to run the ball in and take the bat out of the hands of these hitters, and nobody really getting any extension against him. Tonight's copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Washington Nationals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the expressed written consent of the Washington Nationals. Rick Ankiel drills the ball to deep left center. That is carrying to the wall beyond the reach of Justin Maxwell. It's a 1-out double for Rick Ankiel. Probably his best swing so far.
Yeah, on a cold, breezy night, that ball was hit. And that might be a home run on a warmer day. He got all of this. And Maxwell gave it a ride. And give Jordan Schaefer a little credit for backing this play up, because if that ball gets away, that's a triple with 1 out for Rick Ankiel.
Well, Maxwell, 6'6", full extension, couldn't reach it. Yeah, Jordan Schaefer picked that ball up on 1 hop.
Yeah, if he's not there, that's a triple.
So Ramos and Bernardino now have shots to tie the game. Now the Astro bullpen will start throwing.
And Jordan Schaefer with probably the biggest play of this game. Well, here he is backing up.
Right
and
there.
Keeping Rick Ankiel to second.
Houston with a righty and a lefty throwing. Rodriguez and Wright. The Nats might have to pinch hit for Zimmerman, and that's why the Washington bullpen is now throwing. There's Rodriguez, the righty, and Wesley Wright, the southpaw. And the Nats have their bullpen working with Ryan Matthews. Ramos check swing, but Tim Cheetah says he went.
He's saying he fouled it off into the glove.
Okay. Yeah, that's the little tick of the fingers there, signifying foul tip.
Because I don't think he went, and I think Wilson Ramos wanted him to ask for help, but we saw the sign from Cheetah. That was the foul tip into the glove sign.
There's a balk. Ankiel took a couple steps back to the bag, and Harrell had already balked, and Brad Mills comes out to talk about it with Tim Cheetah.
And Bo Porter all over it. But Bill Welke's calling it at third base.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he's talking to the home plate umpire about it.
And that's a huge 90-foot mistake in a one-run baseball game. Let's check out, see what he did right here. I didn't see it.
Hard to see anything. He had come set. Astros now have to change their infield defense. And Ramos has a great chance to tie this game. Well, we'll have to talk to Bo Porter and see what he saw. Find out what he saw.
A good trip right here by Doug Bocale. Calm his young pitcher down. All of a sudden you're cruising, one-run baseball game, double off the left center field wall, balk the guy to third. Maybe sensing the wheels are coming off. That's a good trip.
Davey Johnson said today that Bo Porter, not only his third base coach, but also his outfield coach. When they decided where to play Nady or Bernardina or DeRosa, Davey consults Bo Porter on that. Like he's like the defensive coordinator. 1-1. Ramos, and look at the tail back into the zone on that high fastball. I think it looked like it was going outside.
And Wilson having a rough at bat so far. A foul tip into the glove, and he didn't like that call. So now with 2 strikes, you got to regroup, throw the first 2 away, and find a way to get the ball to the outfield and score Rick Ankiel from third.
He's going to get a breaking ball and not even come close. Strikeout number 4. Here's the Kinetic North America pitch track.
It didn't like the call before and went fishing for the slider away, and we've seen Wilson do that a few times in this homestand. And Bronson Arroyo threw this pitch a couple times to him the other night, and he couldn't hold up.
Ramos 2 strikeouts and a walk tonight. Kinetic North America providing world-class technology and responsive solutions to their government customers. It's up to Bernardina now with 2 outs. Chad Tracy is on deck. If the Nats could tie it here or take the lead, Jordan Zimmerman could stay in the game. We'll see how it all transpires. He's only had 86 pitches. Bernardino left field, and this game is tied. Rogers going to dig for 2. The number 8 hitter comes through.
Well, we talked about the 3rd time around the order, and if you remember last time, Roger Bernardina swung at a couple of curveballs, and he swung through them. This time making the adjustment, saw the curveball twice the time before, and he sits on it. That's big league hitting right there. Same pitch he struck out on, he goes the other way. So a huge knock for the Nationals. Scoring their first one, and nobody happier than Jordan Zimmerman.
Well, he's off the hook. Chad Tracy called back, and now Steve Lombardozzi, as the Nats just need a single to take the lead with Bernardina running. If they needed an extra base hit, Tracy would probably still be in there. So here's Lombardozzi, who made big news with his 4-for-5 game and 2 RBIs Monday night.
I'll tell you what, if Jordan Zimmerman got the loss in a 1-0 game without a ball leaving the infield, that would have been a tough one to swallow.
Yeah, that would be a crime. Zimmerman gives up 4 hits in 7 innings. Struck out 3.
And once again, a nice start by the Astros starter. Last night it was Wandy Rodriguez. Tonight, Lucas Harrell. He pitched a fine game.
Yeah, he'll go 6 2/3. Great starts on both sides tonight. Call to the bullpen package by the UPS store. We love logistics. life in the offense. 1-4-0 for each team. Dirks Bentley's coming June 2nd. Free post-game concert. Tickets start at $10. Nationals.com/concerts. First of 3 post-game concerts for the Nationals this season. The bench comes through again, Christina.
Absolutely, Bob. And Davey Johnson talked about it today when it comes to the bench. The Nats have come a long way from last season. He says he's kind of overwhelmed when it comes to having so many bullets, he called them, in a lot of different places as far as starting multiple guys in the outfield between DeRosa, Nady, Lombardozzi, and Bernardina. He said tonight Bernardina got the start because he didn't want him to feel like he was out of the loop, but the players will dictate who's going to get the most time, and Davey likes his options, whoever he's putting out there.
Yeah, and left field is up for grabs right now. Nobody's really taken that position with authority. Mark DeRosa's had some good games. Xavier Nady's had some good games. But when Davey keeps running somebody different out there every day, he's telling the players, hey, if you want left field, it's yours for the taking. And that was a big knock for Roger Bernardina in more ways than one.
Jose Altuve, double switch, bats ninth, plays second base. That moves Marwin Gonzalez over to third, so Chris Johnson out of the game, and their pitcher is hitting sixth. Here's Lombardozzi with a chance to put the Nats on top. Lombardozzi 0 for 2 as a pinch hitter.
And coming off that big 4-for-5 night.
Fernando Rodriguez for the Astros. Almost threw it away. Rodriguez, 6th appearance with a 1.50 ERA. Just 3 hits in 6 innings with 4 Ks, couple of walks.
And you saw the curveball right there from Rodriguez. He's got a changeup and a fastball to go with it. Fastball will go low to mid 90s.
Off speed again. Jordan Zimmerman cannot lose the ball game. Will either get a no decision or a nice W here. 7 innings, 4 hits, a run, no walks, hit a batter. Just 3 strikeouts. That's fine. 2 double plays. Lombardozzi looks it all the way in, 3-0.
And Lombardozzi had the big at-bat the other night that got Steven Strasburg the win.
Yep.
Same situation right here.
I think Steven had his fingers crossed for his buddy. 3-0 pitch with 2 outs. Lombardozzi will take it on the corner.
3-0 curveball. A little respect after a 4-for-5 night.
Kinetic North America will track this one.
I mean, that's something you put in the scrapbook right there. He threw me a 3-0 curveball. I mean, that's not something a lot of little guys can say.
Lombardozzi takes a fastball at the knees.
Well, he figured if he's going to throw me a curveball 3-0, there's no way he's going to throw me a 3-1 fastball, and he got locked up.
Lombardozzi, 6 hits last September in 31 at-bats and 6 hits this April in 12 at-bats. 3-2 pitch. Runner going. Ball 4 gets away, and Bernardina picks up 90 feet as Lombardozzi goes to first.
Good at-bat, laying off the curveball. Not easy to take in a 3-2 count. You're thinking fastball all the way, especially after you see a 3-1 fastball. You see the jump of Bernardina in the background.
And he gets a steal for that. So keep spinning some curveballs up there in the dirt, huh?
Or try to hit one over Jordan Schaefer's head again. Well, Ian Desmond was robbed last time. Hit a serious bolt to center field.
Lucas Harrow rooting for his reliever, Fernando Rodriguez. Here's Ian Desmond, 6th Nat to bat here in the 7th. 0 for 3 tonight, 1 for 12 in the series. Fastball, and he's getting that high call, and Tim Cheetah gave him one at the knees as well against Lombardozzi.
I'm sure Pitch Track will have this at the top of the zone, but I thought it was up.
outside and up. Don't have any trouble with that high strike. Probably doesn't get called enough. The rule book says if you take the belt to the armpits and then go halfway between those two, that's the top of the strike zone these days. We used to call it at the letters way back when. Sometimes that's a little too high. Bernardina came down the line about 10 feet at third. And Desmond will pop it up and hope that it's not reachable. Over by the barrier, Carlos Lee. And the Nationals are done in the 7th. They have stranded 6 base runners tonight, but they have finally tied the game. Astros 1-4-0 Nationals. These last 2 ball games in this series have really been some battles, and Washington comes back to tie the game on Bernardina's hit. Ryan Matthews will pitch the 8th inning, but the nature of this ball club to keep on battling, and it's a whole lot easier to battle when you're still getting the kind of starting pitching. Nothing Jordan Zimmerman did tonight diminishes anything that's going on with this rotation.
No, and how long can the staff keep this up before they get some run support? But a nice job of pushing the run across, and it was all because we switched pens in our scorecard.
That's right.
And we're sticking to that. But nice big hit for Roger Bernardina. And it couldn't happen to a better guy. He's been working hard. And you remember that game the other day where he lined out 3 times. So a big knock for him. Jordan Zimmerman spits the hook, and now it's up to Ryan Matthews.
Well, Ryan's ERA took a little bit of a hit the other night when they, in the wee hours, changed a drive on Monday from Chris Johnson from a 3-base error to a 3-base hit. But right now he's just in a hold 'em situation, and with the game tied, probably a good situation for Davey Johnson to have Tyler Clippard not pitching tonight, give him a night off after he had pitched the 8th last evening. You would think Henry Rodriguez would be the closer tonight if the Nats could take the lead here in the 8th. Jason Castro, 1 ball, 1 strike. He's 0 for 2 on a couple of ground balls. Castro on an off-speed pitch, pulls it.
A good story today by Dan Kolko on Masson.com about Ryan Matthews and the song that he comes into. I know Dan's probably going to be pumped at all the hard work he's done this year that I'm going to tell this story, but Ryan comes in to Firework, and he did it as a joke in Double-A. You know, usually a closer comes in to Enter Sandman or Hell's Bells or something like that, and he comes in to that song. He did it as a joke, and he was pitching well, and he said, you know what? I'm such a fiery guy that it actually relaxes me to where if I had a song that pumped me up, I'd probably go over the edge. So a good story by Dan, and for those of you who don't know, that's why he comes out to Katy Perry. And he's taking a lot of heat for it.
Yeah.
Maybe from the broadcasters as well. But whatever works, stay with it.
And FP's partner chose not to comment.
And if it
That's
works,
okay. Hey, he pitches well.
That's right.
He can play anything he wants, as long as it contributes to the family atmosphere at the ballpark. That's how to play to the left side. 1 ball and 2 strikes. I do have to say, and I think Trevor Hoffman probably had as much to do with this as anybody. In that San Diego ballpark, when he used to come into Hell's Bells in the 9th inning, that was some kind of show.
Well, as a hitter, you're standing on deck, you're leading off the inning, and you're watching all the towels being waved, and it's Hell's Bells, and you're getting all fired up, and you fall right in the trap, and he throws you 3 straight changeups in the dirt because you're all fired up from the song.
Yeah, you think Ricky Vaughn's coming in or something, and you get nothing but off speed.
It was part of the trap. He'd get you fired up, so you swing at balls in the dirt. Best change I ever saw. And Ryan said that the reason he kept that song is because last year he didn't give up a run at home, and that switch of the call in the Rick Ankiel line drive the other night is the first run he's ever given up at home.
Yeah, and it took a call to be changed, giving the pitcher what they call an earned run. Rick Ankiel had a ball just doing some funny things on its way out to him 2 nights ago. Didn't cost the Nats the game. They went on to win it 6-3, 1-0 last night. And Jordan Zimmerman, a tough luck no decision tonight, but that's better than a tough luck loss. That ball is drilled out to Rick Ankiel, and that is over his head, off the wall. Look at this play. Good thing Juan Castro didn't make any mistakes on his way to second base. That ball was absolutely scorched. Little elevation, it would have been out of here.
Yeah, just a low tracer to left center field. Rick Ankiel got a good jump, and yeah, you better take a good route to second base on your doubles with this guy in center field. Watch his throw.
Look at that.
I mean, if you get a little wide coming around the base, you're out. Now the Astros in business with a leadoff double here in the 8th.
And their pitcher is not due up next. They made a double switch. So you've got some little guys who can really handle the bat here. Marwin Gonzalez doubled to the scoreboard his last time. And then you have Jose Altuve, who's had some of the best at bats of anybody in this series. So here's Gonzalez, 1 for 2, infield charging from the corners. And that fastball will sit him right down. Gonzalez is only 23 years of age. Look out.
He just gets the bat out of the way. I don't think it was as close as he thought it was.
Outside, 2-0. They actually traded right-handed pitcher Marco Duarte to Boston to get Marwin Gonzalez, who had been a Rule 5 guy the Red Sox picked up from the Cubs. 6 years in the minor leagues, all in the Chicago organization, with a .258 average and 47 stolen bases. Desmond pumping the glove to make sure Jason Castro knows he's there. And here comes a 2-0. He swings away. And too bad for the Nats, it made it 2 or 3 rows into the seats. Houston rebuilding with all these young players. Their general manager, Jeff Luhnow, is in the ballpark. Chatted with him during dinner tonight, and they have their first draft coming up. That's one of the most important things any general manager and his staff can do, is have a really good first draft, and they will pick first.
And for a franchise that's rebuilding, you can't miss. You can't miss on your first-round pick.
And with that in mind, hats off to Mike Rizzo and his staff, because they hit home runs on theirs. Runner at second, nobody out, 2-1 pitch. Showing bunt now. Bunts it in the air. Zimmerman has it. And then Ramos goes over to cover third, and Roger Bernardino was coming in to cover third.
Gonzalez didn't look comfortable on the first bunt attempt, and he got into a 2-0 count. Brad Mills took off the bunt, and he popped one foul to the left side. And after seeing that swing, Brad Mills put the bunt right back on, and a great play by Ryan Zimmerman. Look where he starts. Look at the reaction. Good communication, and like you pointed out, Bob, good job of going to third base by Wilson Ramos. Nobody at third, he had to cover.
Then Bernardino was running in too. That's at least that I can think of the third bunt on this homestand the Nationals have caught in the air. So here's Altuve. He's going to slap it out of play right side.
I think it's safe to say it's a lost art at the major league level, the bunt. The base hit bunt and the sacrifice bunt.
For anybody who wants to disparage the National League game, go right ahead. The inability to do something basic like that costs teams ball games. Matthews tried to drop one in there a little bit high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Not hard to do on Altuve, who's listed at 5'5", 171.
But he can hit.
Yes, he can. Man, you get something in his wheelhouse. He's got a quick bat. Espinosa flirting with the bag, and then Matthews, which he really should do, steps off because your second baseman is out of position at that point. Zimmerman again on a ball labeled to the left field corner. 2 outs.
I mean, after that home opening day where he had a tough go of it at third base, he has been unbelievable. Just highlight reel after highlight reel at third base, stealing hit after hit, diving plays, going to his right, going in foul territory, making long throws. He has been nothing but gold over there since the home opener.
Well, remember the reaction of Brian Ludwig the other day? He was rounding first for a double, not realizing Zimmerman had the ball. And that time, Altuve talking to himself angrily on some bad hitter's luck. 2 outs. Here's Jordan Schaefer, who's been a big factor in this game for the Astros. Has scored their only run after a bunt base hit and a steal. And he took a run away from the Nats with that amazing run he made on the Desmond drive back in the 5th inning.
And as far as we're concerned, Brad Mills can keep Jose Altuve on the bench tomorrow, too.
Yeah, he looks tired to me. That's close to the corner and just missing 1-1. That guy's been a tough out. Out over the plate, base hit. Charging his worth. Not much he can do. And an ill-advised throw lets the hitter go to second base easily. So the Astros retake the lead. It's 3 hard-hit balls in this inning.
And Jordan Schaefer picking up Marwin Gonzalez and Jose Altuve with a huge hit for the Astros. Fastball right down the middle. I think Wilson Ramos wanted that a little bit farther inside, ran right back over the plate.
And Adam LaRoche doing whatever he could to try to knock that ball down and keep it on the infield. Here's Jed Lowry, the shortstop, 1 for 3. So Jordan Schaefer, the man of the night for Houston. A run scored, driving 1 in and preventing at least another. Solutions that help you achieve your financial goals. PNC Bank for the achiever in you. First pitch hacking 25% of the time. So on first pitch, he hit .343 last year. .252 for Boston in 88 games. That ball is popped up into left center. Rick Ankiel under it. And the Astros will get a go-ahead run on a double and a single. Espinosa, Zimmerman, and LaRoche, the heart of the order, coming right up. Nats have been out hit 6-4 and trailed 2-1. The Washington area Toyota dealers helping children and their families at the National Institute of Health. $37 donated for every strikeout by a Nats pitcher this season to NIH.
And Gio's second in the National League in strikeouts with 21.
Ryan Dempster just a couple more than that. So the Nationals trying to break through again against the Houston bullpen. Fernando Rodriguez still out there. He walked Lombardozzi, fouled out Ian Desmond. Faces the left-hander here, Espinoza, then Zimmerman and LaRoche. Danny Espinoza, base hit last time, 2 for 6 in the series, 1 for 3 tonight.
You know, I've been impressed with Danny Espinoza in a lot of ways this season so far, but the one thing that impresses me the most is how he stayed with things. You know, if you don't get off to the start you want to, there's a tendency as a hitter to get away from your game plan, maybe get a little anxious up there and start chasing pitches. And I think he's done a good job of sticking with the plan and staying calm. It's very easy to get rattled when you look up at the scoreboard and your average isn't where you want it, or you know, you're getting into good hitting counts and you're barreling up baseballs and you get no results from them. But he's done a nice job of just staying calm, staying patient, staying with the plan. And I know it's early, but I've seen guys in 2 or 3 games, if it doesn't work, change everything around. So, you know, hats off to him for sticking with his approach and staying patient up there, working counts and looking for a certain pitch.
2 balls and a strike. Way inside. Base runner would be great here with 3, 4, 5 coming up. Henry Rodriguez.
And this is where I always used to get in a dilemma of, do I take and fill it up or do I swing? But I think in Danny Espinoza's case, with the pop that he has, even though you're down by 1, you need a base runner. You look for a pitch and you go ahead and be real aggressive.
3-1. That's a good start to a possible game-tying rally. Second walk issued by Rodriguez.
Interesting pitch count, or pitch selection right there. 3-1 changeup. I mean, usually with a 1-run lead, a 3-1 count, you're going right after somebody, especially when your fastball's in the mid-90s. And usually when you make a pitch like that in a 1-run game, it comes back to haunt you.
Ryan Zimmerman 1 for 3 with a double. I want to pitch him away. Center fielder Schaefer over toward the gap a bit. Espinoza short lead. Zimmerman looks at one in there. Wesley Wright's been warm for a while. Ryan Zimmerman career against Fernando Rodriguez 0 for 2. Now it's 0-2.
Yeah, just a swing back changeup off the outside half, runs back for a strike.
On the Nissan pitch track, right on the corner. And he tried to paint Lone away.
And if you're Danny Espinosa on first base right now, you are looking for that curveball in the dirt. Rodriguez threw it a couple of times last inning and it bounced. You're looking to get into scoring position any way you can this point in the game.
Zimmerman strokes one, base hit, right field. Espinosa stops, and Ryan Zimmerman has another 2-hit night. 2 hits with a walk Monday, a base hit last night, and Ryan Zimmerman's on the way back.
And with him, they come in bunches. Nice piece of hitting right here with 2 strikes. The curveball I was talking about, little extendo swing right there, just reaching out and tapping it to the right side, hitting behind the runner. And that is a nice piece of hit, and that's in business. First and second, nobody out.
Ryan Zimmerman getting his batting average up to 240 now. And with LaRoche coming in, Brad Mills wants to bring in his only left-hander, Wesley Wright. So the Nats down by a run, 2 men aboard with nobody out here. Bottom 8. Hopefully about to change into something crooked here in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Nats have something going. Big night for Jordan Schaefer. 2 hits, a run, an RBI. Great catch. Roger Bernardina, game-tying hit, and another outstanding start tonight. Jordan Zimmerman's turn.
And Jordan Schaefer is the reason this game is not tied up right now. Ian Desmond with a serious bolt to center field. He just turned around and ran right into the catch. Nice play, and Harrell is pumped up. And how about the big base hit off of Ryan Matthews? So have a night, Jordan Schaefer. Doing it with the glove and the bat.
Lefty-lefty matchup. Could be just one AB on this matchup here. As the Astros warm another right-hander, Reiner Cruz. Wesley Wright, 27-year-old lefty. 5th year with Houston. Look at that ERA. He's given up 4 hits, 4 runs in 3 1/3 innings, and opponents hitting .286.
And a fastball, slider, curveball from Wright.
Adam LaRoche 0 for 3 tonight. 2 for 10 in this series. He's been swinging a lot on the first pitch tonight. Last time up, a 1-6-3 double play.
And Brad Mills bringing in Wesley Wright to throw that slider, and you saw it right there. He throws it 40% of the time.
And LaRoche fouls one, hit his foot, foul ball, 0-2. Danny Espinosa, very good speed at second. Ryan Zimmerman, 90 feet behind him. That was a big rolling breaking ball. Adam able to stay with it. Jason Worth does not figure to be facing Wesley Wright. And then a lefty Ankiel after him. Interesting lineup tonight. From 1 through 6, they go right, left, right, left, right, left. And really 7 and 8 right, left with Ramos and Bernardina. So these kind of things help you in late game matchups.
Right, left, right on the mound. And he got away with one right there. Pretty good 0-2 pitch to LaRoche. He went slider away, and he hung a curveball in an 0-2 count.
Way outside.
So LaRoche yet to see a fastball from Wright.
He'll take one that misses downstairs.
0-2 to a 2-2.
What was that?
0-2 to a 2-2.
Okay.
Lots of twos.
Big pitch here. Target away. Ball 3 away.
0-2 to a 3-2. And when you're battling up there, you're in an 0-2 count. They bring a lefty in to throw you nothing but sliders. He saw one fastball. And now you got to tell yourself, you know what? Make the ball be up. For Adam LaRoche, you can't really sit on a pitch right here because you're not guaranteed a fastball. So you're just looking for something up out over the plate.
Interesting number for you. Career against Wesley Wright. Adam LaRoche coming into this series 2 for 2. He did strike him out here looking on Monday night. Here's a payoff pitch. Outside. Bases loaded. Nobody out.
An 0-2 walk. You talk about sticking your nose in there and fighting. Nice at-bat right there by Adam LaRoche. You think you're in an 0-2 hole. They bring in a lefty to throw some three-quarter sliders to you. The first two look nasty. You battle and you fight. You get it back to even. Then a 3-2 count. Ball 4. Nice at-bat.
So Reiner Cruz will get the call. The Nats have benefited from 2 walks in this inning. Bases loaded. With a strikeout last night, but none of the guys due up here saw him. He's a Rule 5 guy. They have 2 Rule 5 kids on the club. Marwin Gonzalez, the other, who was actually picked up by the Red Sox Rule 5. But Cruz, 25 years of age, 6'2", 204, picked up from the Mets. Originally signed back in 03 with the Tigers. Been in the minor leagues for 7 years. And here he is on a big stage with the bases loaded and nobody out.
2-pitch guy, fastball, curveball. He only throws the fastball 50% of the time, throws the curveball 50% of the time.
All right, Jason Worth, bases loaded, nobody out. The infield's in. Cruz will work off the stretch. And Jason will take a look at a fastball that's called high. A pitch that seemingly has been a strike most of the evening.
Shocker Carp, 1-run game. Here we go again.
No, come on.
Buckle up, put your helmet on. It's happening all over again tonight.
And Worth tried to go upstairs for that one. Counts even 1-1.
And that's okay. With the bases loaded, you're thinking about getting the ball up in the zone that you can hit to the outfield for at least a sac fly. Obviously, Jason Worth early in the count's thinking about doing more damage than that, but you want to pitch elevated right here. Something up in the zone.
Infield in, outfield deep, especially in left. Worth waits for the breaking ball. Front door inside, ball 2.
When you talk about Worth this season so far, he's got his swagger back, got a little pep in his step. And when you have a walk-off hit in your back pocket this early in the season, this at-bat's not a big deal to him. He's already been there, done that.
9-game hitting streak on the line tonight. Can't reach that one. 2-2.
95 on the black. Good pitch.
Third base, Espinosa walked to lead off. Ryan Zimmerman the base hit. And then another walk to Adam LaRoche in that lefty-lefty matchup. Fastball up and away. No swing. Ball 3.
Worth had a thought about fouling that ball off. And right when he started his swing, he thought, you know what, this is a ball, I'm taking it, and here we go. 3-2.
Hardy crowd of over 14,000 tonight. That is low, and the game is tied. And the bases are still loaded with nobody out. 3 walks in the inning. And Jason Worth collects his 6th RBI of the year.
I mean, after the 5 pitches before up in his eyes, that one must have looked like it was in the dirt, but that was pretty close. Good take by Jason Worth. Let's check it out. He starts him off with a fastball up. Pretty good take. Gets the same pitch right here and swings through it. A little backup curveball and then fastball away. Swing through. Ball 3. And how about the 3-2 pitch? Was it close?
Yeah.
Very close. Worth gets the benefit of the call.
And Keel goes up hacking. Now the Nats get a righty-lefty matchup. The Astros don't have any more left-handers. Wesley Wright, their only southpaw in the bullpen.
And how many times have we said this season in their big innings, when it counts the most late in the game, the back-to-back good at-bats, not forcing the issue, take what they give you. They've done it right here tonight in the 8th. Same thing.
And Keel right at the second baseman. Home for 1, first, and Rick is safe. So a 4-2 force out at the plate, and the game stays tied for now. Now Wilson Ramos becomes the key man. Right-handed matchup. Ramos tonight 0 for 2, pair of strikeouts and a walk.
And this is a case of the right man in the right spot. For Wilson Ramos, nobody better at letting the ball get deep and hitting fly balls the other way, and that's what he has to be thinking right here. Something out over the plate, let it get deep, drive it the other way, stay back.
That's a fastball up. Fly ball to center. Schaefer is there. Tagging is LaRoche. And the Nationals lead 3-2.
Right man in the right spot. Nice job.
Well, they've done a good job of taking what the Astros have given them. 2 batters in this inning who walked have now scored.
And that's a big league at bat, folks. Game on the line, bottom of the 8th, bases loaded. You're looking for something up in the zone that you can elevate. And for you kids at home, you let the pitch take care of it. You don't go down and try to lift a low pitch. You get a pitch up in the zone, you just swing, and the rest takes care of itself. And that's a pretty good at bat for Wilson Ramos. Nice job.
Setting the stage for Henry Rodriguez in the 9th, but still another out to work with, and Bernardina has a big hit tonight. And both runners were acting like they were on the move. Worth, who is a real agitator at second base, and then Ankiel right behind him.
I love watching him run the bases. It's like watching the big kid in Little League. Just jumping around out there. He's trying to disturb the pitcher, take an extra base at any cost. Love it.
Chad Tracy on deck if the inning goes down to the number 9 hole. So the Nats have sent 6 batters up in this inning, and only 3 of them have had to swing the bat. That's 94 just off the plate, 1-1. Henry Rodriguez is, as Davey would say, hot by now.
He's hot when he gets to the ballpark at 2 o'clock.
There's a big breaking ball that stays up high. And the Astros probably feel that strike zone's gotten a little tight here in the 8th inning. Hitters count 2 on, 2 out. Bernardina on base twice tonight, including his 2nd RBI of the year. Another breaker upstairs.
And if you're Roger Bernardina right here, you are sitting dead red and looking to drive something. He's got some pop. We haven't seen it yet this season, but he's at a hitter's count right now, looking for a fastball out over the plate that he can drive.
Bernardina got a fastball down, but he pops it up to left. Justin Maxwell there. And the Nats will go to the 9th with a 1-run lead. Worth, RBI walk, sac fly Ramos.
Rally.
Top of the 9th. Nats on top of the Astros 3-2. Henry Rodriguez going for his 3rd save. Tune into Nats Extra. It's right after the ball game, our post-game show presented by WB Mason. Johnny Holiday and Ray Knight out in left field trying to keep warm, and hopefully talking about 8 out of 9 if the Nats can get 3 more outs. Henry Rodriguez, 7th game. Absolutely nothing on that ERA. In 5 1/3 innings, only a run on a hit, and that's an unearned run. 8 strikeouts, 4 walks. And FP, I know you love that opponent's batting average. In this case, 0.59 or 0.059.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
And how about Monday against Houston when he had the save? He was very effortless. You note his delivery sometimes. He can get a little bit quick. But on Monday, very slow, very deliberate, pounding the strike zone. And for Henry, it's all about strike one. If he gets strike one, he can get to that 92-mile-an-hour changeup or that nasty hammer he features. But he has to throw a first pitch strike with that fastball to get there.
First up, the former National Justin Maxwell. Struck out looking back in the 6th. First pitch always important for Henry, and he pours it right in there.
97.
An easy looking 97. Marlins going to win their game tonight at home 9-1. Phillies later tonight at San Fran. And here we are. The Nats trying to make it 10-3.
And Hanley Ramirez is homered in 3 straight games, heating up right before he gets to D.C.
Seems like their bats always do. Henry Rodriguez, since taking a loss at New York, has retired 12 of the last 14 batters he has faced, and 4 of them by strikeouts. El Caballo, Carlos Lee, waits on deck. There's that nasty hook. No swing, says Chris Conroy.
I thought he went. And Henry Rodriguez going to that hard curveball / slider that he throws with 2 strikes. I thought he got him a swing.
That's going to sit a hitter down right there. Nasty breaking ball for the strikeout.
That is just ridiculous. 97, 97, then you throw this. It's not fair. I mean, as a hitter, you're thinking about turning around a triple-digit fastball. Then he drops that in for a strike. Thanks for coming.
Carlos Lee 0 for 2 career against Henry Rodriguez. And those guys standing in the on-deck circle, they don't want to fall behind and get in a 2-strike count. So you'll see them attacking early. Left-hander Brian Bogusevic on deck. Nats are 2 outs away from another pitching gem. That's at the knees. Lined hard to center. Ankiel right there. 2 outs. I thought Carlos would be hacking first time he saw a fastball around the zone. And it'll be up to Bogusevic here in the 9th. Brian Bogusevic 0 for 1 career against Henry Rodriguez. He's 0 for 2, hit by a pitch tonight. Righty-lefty matchup here. Ground ball, right side. Espinosa, 99 miles an hour. And that's a game winner again for the Nationals. 2 hours and 41 minutes. And the pitching continues to be brilliant.
And partner, when you start getting pitching like this every single night, you're in every single game. It doesn't matter what the offense is doing. You just need to hang around, do some things late. And we've seen this already many times this season. Nats go to 10-3. How about that?
10 out of 13. And now the Nats have won 8 of their last 9. Henry Rodriguez, 3rd save of the year. It's all smiles.